Colmon says, I broke up a while ago. How can I deal with the anxious feeling until I find another one? Ah, so you want to just simply deal with your relationship breakup by substituting it. That's not freedom. That's going to be just being dependent on something else in order to let go on this one. It's like saying, I'm going to stop eating sweets because I'm now having lots of candies. I mean, well, sweets too. I'm going to stop eating pastries because now I'm having lots of spaghetti or lots of rice or lots. You can't, both of them, too much of it is not good for you. So you can't substitute things in order to forget about another one. You got to understand why you can be fine in the meantime in your life, having different directions and having aspirations, having projects to complete, having goals and having focus on learning and so on. And in addition to this experience, your life, which is the main thing, you will enjoy relationships as it finds and comes to be qualified ones. But thinking that only I need to know how to not to be anxious about these things until I find another relationship, it just means that if you know, there is no relationship, you won't be able to handle yourself or enjoy life. You'll be anxious. There's so much more than pleasing the pleasure interest in human being. Pleasure should be part of life and not the entirety of life. Because if you dedicate your life to pleasure, what are you here for? What kind of contribution are you actually doing to the universe, to the collective consciousness of the universe, and to increasing and helping the nature and universe itself through your experiences become wiser? What are you doing? What are you doing for other people? Not that necessarily you should do something, but the fact that you will conduct your life in a way that you will not be a negative force, a negative element, negative influence to the society, and you will not bring any harm to the society, that's already good enough. But if you can, what are you doing in this life other than eating and shitting and fucking? You should have more value for yourself for the purpose of you being here. I don't care even if you work in a, I don't know, whatever it is that you work. Just do that job as good as you can. To be helpful while you're in that image of a clerk. You know? And help yourself to learn things rather than negotiating life through pleasure. There's not enough pleasure in life. You can always, you have a capacity for a tremendous amount of pleasure. But that's totally a waste of time if it's all about pleasure. And too much pleasure itself is not going to be good anyhow. Eating is a pleasure, but too much of it is going to kill you. Swimming is a pleasure. Too much of it, you're going to be exhausted. You die. You know what I'm saying? Running is a pleasure. Soccer is a pleasure. Tennis is a pleasure. But there's modifications. There's enough. There should be a certain amount of every pleasure. Everything is in moderation. That becomes so palatable and wonderful. So, you need to understand how to connect with life, not only through pleasure and relationships, independently by itself, and pleasures, relationships, and so on would be enhancing the quality of your life, part of your life, are the fragments of the entirety.